me. In the ABC News interview, which I think is the more interesting document, it's a 5-hour interview, really kind of focuses on this decision about, like, what was Comey thinking? From the ABC News interview, it seems a little bit clearer that this influenced his thinking, or at least was more top of mind than back of mind. And throughout the ABC interview, this is a guy who is very, he thinks like a political pundit. He's very concerned with how things will be perceived. He's concerned with the FBI's reputation, maybe first and foremost. He's concerned about, again, this is a guy who, by his own admission, has a lot of ego. And he's kind of very concerned, how am I going to look? And he's like, oh, woe is me, I'm going to look really bad, but let's see what'll help the Bureau look good in the long term. There's a lot of that back and forth. And so, so there are a couple of issues. Number one is the reason you have rules, and the rule, or at least the guideline, is that you don't intervene within whatever it is, 30 days or 60 days of an election. The reason you have rules and guidelines is because when you're making decisions on an ad hoc basis, you tend to screw up. Okay? Another issue, he's looking at the polls. Number one, he incorrectly says the polls said that Clinton was sure to win. Our model had a 1 in 5 or a 1 in 6 chance roughly of Trump winning. Others were lower than that. But a 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 chance, if you're someone who is the head of the FBI, you probably ought to know that a 15% chance or 20% chance is a real probability that you ought to account for. I don't know. Look, one thing that happens is that your star blows up. You're a person that people want to hear from. And a big risk is that you have the opportunity to opine on things that are not really in your expertise, right?
Are you speaking from personal experience on this?
Micah? But, I don't really care whether Comey thinks that Trump is morally fit to be the president, except as it pertains to knowledge that Comey has directly of Trump.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not a very particularly good political pundit, right? He's almost like a Chris Cillizza stereotype where he's like, I always wore a yellow tie because blue ties and red ties could signify partisanship.
No, when
right?
he takes cheap
blue
shots
and red
at Trump.
Yeah, he takes a lot of cheap the hand remarks and
I think his editor did him a disservice there by either asking him to put those things in or by not taking them out.
The
whoever you are,
the tanning goggle remark.
He does, when you read the super long transcript, he does come off kind of just as a classic never Trumper, like a Rick Wilson type,
right?
Or whatever,
And I have
just
to
sort of staking out this.
I have to say the vernacular of the never Trumper, or the vernacular of the principled liberal taking a stand up against Trump, it's all so tiresome. You say the same words over and over. You make the same attacks on the president over and over again. And to a certain